Spend my whole life.
Yes, indeed. Long time no see, sir.
I know. It's been a lot going on. It's too much going on, but that's okay. That's how I live my life, I guess.
No, I'm loving it because you have a lot going on. I am loving it. So let's dive into it. Tell me about this radio station, sir.
Well, so this media platform that I'm building is a grassroots effort. Um, it's going well so far. It's going well. We're small but mighty. Um, we needed. Well, what do you want to know about What do you want to know about a media
Start
platform?
from the
Because
beginning. Let's start from the beginning because you had a radio station. You went into hiatus for how many years? And then you came back strong.
That's yeah, 17 months I was on hiatus. Right after my godmother passed, I left or I took a break from radio because she listened to the radio. Part of what kept me going was I was doing it for her because she would listen to the station. I'd turn the radio station on and I'd go and do the radio show, and she would love to listen to it. And I took a break. Things got busy, and you produce a weekly radio show. It takes a lot. I mean, it's like that's a lot. And I felt like I had hit a wall
Right.
because I really wasn't sure. I didn't have this is my fault. I didn't have a vision for where I wanted to go. I knew things I wanted to do, but I just didn't know what else to do with it. I had interviewed all these people. I mean, I had there's a lot of people I haven't interviewed, but there's a
Right.
lot I have. So it's like when you interview so many people and then people stop responding to you when you request them. I was like, well, what do I do? So anyway, I was sitting around because I still get these little um I listen to a song and then I'm like, oh, I need to put that on the playlist. And then I go, wait a minute, I got to bring my show back up. I haven't even started my show up. And so I was like, okay, I really got to do this. And the I don't know, I was sitting around and I was really thinking about the blues scene and like my whole comeback. I'm coming back, performing, doing all this stuff. And I'm like, well, but who do we promote? Like, where's our audience?
Mhm.
We don't have a blues. I mean, I'm not knocking the other platforms. Let me be
Right.
clear. We've got a lot of great, credible magazines and folks that cover blues, that people who have their own blogs too. I think it's great. But we just don't have anything that, one, I feel like we don't have a central platform where, like, if I'm a blues person and I want to promote this to a blues audience, where does that exist? No, I mean, there's a lot of, you can buy advertisements on blues radio stations and buy an advertisement in a magazine, but it's like everyone has their own little segment of the blues scene that they cater to, and then there's
Yes.
a whole segment that doesn't know anything about it, and they have no clue what's going on. And so for me, I'm like, okay, we need a platform. One, I'm like, I know a lot of people, so I'm calling all these people like, can you help me? Do you want to be a part of this? Do you want to help? Because I'm like, we need to bring the whole blues community, even the folks that
Yes.
people don't think should be involved or whatever.
Yes.
Everybody that's a part of the culture needs to have a spot somewhere, needs to be involved so we all can see what's going on and what we're doing. That was the first thing. Then I was like, okay, that's nice. But then the older blues audience, they're not tech savvy, they're not as tech savvy.
Hmm.
So they radio, they instantly go, what station? I'm not
Right.
on a terrestrial station. So then that becomes a
Right.
whole thing. Download the app, go do this. Oh Lord. So that's the one. So I hate this, but that's that's the thing. And it's sad because there's a whole segment of folks that I'm not reaching right now, but maybe one day we'll get
We'll
there.
get
But
there.
like
We'll get there.
we get there. So I'm like, okay, I gotta build a platform that's, I'm thinking about them and I hate that they're not able to tune in and I gotta figure that out. But there's that. But then like, where's our new audience? We keep talking about we got all these young blues artists. We got
Yes.
young musicians, but we don't have enough young fans. And I'm saying that as someone who working at when I was doing the booking for Leeds Unleaded. when your audience is older audience and you don't have young people coming in I'm just again speaking on like what
Hmm.
I'm seeing on the scene. We have an
Right.
aging audience. They don't drink. They don't. So I'm like looking at it from a business perspective over there. I'm like, where the young people at? Like Kingston Mines, folks have folks coming out, but people go out to party. They don't necessarily go out because, oh, so and so's playing. I know this artist. I heard their song.
Right.
I'm a big fan. Like, who's doing that? Nope. So it's like for me, I'm also thinking of who's actually reaching out to the younger generation and then creating a gateway for them to come into the blues. So that's why, like I've been talking to you about, I want to have this curated playlist. Maybe it turns to a show. I'd love for it to be a podcast or a show, but the blues for the hip hop fan. Like,
Right.
how do you
Right.
introduce new people to the blues? And so my focus right now is I want to focus on the culture, and how you do that is not, oh, I'm going to just play all this traditional blues music and call it a day. No, that's not it. Like, I want to have it where what do we sing about? We sing about love. We sing about
Yes.
hardships and
Everything.
relationships and money. I need to
Yeah.
pay my bills. So why don't we have radio content where we're talking about it, where we're writing about it, where you
Yes. Yes.
and talk about it from a blues perspective?
Yes.
I got some folks I've been talking to. I'm not gonna name the names yet because they haven't officially signed up. But we that like a blues artist that I got who I wanted him to do his own radio show, and I want him to
Okay.
talk about love and all of it. Talk
Right.
about it and play some music and But if you do it from a perspective of let's make the blues relevant and mainstream
Hmm.
again, like let's make it relevant in pop culture and just in everyday life. And I feel like we missed that because everyone's been so focused on their music and just promoting it. And it's like
Yeah.
the connection. And I created the platform to do all of that. Now, how
And
far?
I have to say, and not to cut you off,
Oh,
but
go
you're
ahead.
saying a lot of stuff because the when I first heard your first station, radio station, and when you guys sent me some old links and I was just listening to it, one thing that I love about what you did, and I know you're going to bring it back to the same level, you brought in the historical aspects of it. You brought in the stories that told about the artists and who they were connected to, like if they was on the circuit, the Chitlin circuit, and they was, joining forces with somebody else. You told all of that and brought it into a whole full story that gave a backdrop of the artist when they wrote the song, what made them write the song, and who else covered that song. So that's what I loved about what you do and what you did. And I know you're going to continue to do it and move it forward because in telling that, you're preserving our history, but you're also introducing new artists and new musicians and younger people to these people. And it's connecting on so many different levels. So, yes, that's why I had to put that in. I had to put that in
Hey, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the content out there, but we need it. And that's, and I want to tell the thing is too, I want to tell the story of the blues, and I want to,
there.
we, we really are missing this storytelling aspect. I mean, I would say the magazines do a good job of it, but other than that, like when we do an interview, even me, I mean, I'm guilty. I would say I'm guilty of it, but like I would interview an artist and I just interview them. Great, we talk about their life story, and then I moved on. And I'm like going back, going, man, though, like what really makes good journalism? And I think
Yes.
like now I'm like, when I want to do a story on somebody, I'm not just going to interview you. I want to interview your mama if she's around. I want to interview
Well,
your spouse. I want to interview your drummer and your
right.
manager and get a full story on them and
Yes.
really do that what we call in-depth expose or whatever, not expose,
Hmm.
but I want to do that because I feel like people enjoy stories and they really like to. We don't see enough about, I think, the people that we try to promote. There's still so much I think we can connect with, and if we dig deeper, just to not get in their business, but for
Right.
the fans, the audiences to learn more, like this is another person right here, and this
Yes.
is what we're doing. So I'm hoping we can tell the stories better of our artists and our history, and then also
Yes.
make the connection, the musical lineage. That musical lineage is big on my. I'm like, what's the connection to rock and hip hop and
Hello.
everything else
Hello.
that we got going on, and
Hello.
and let's embrace it. Like
Hmm.
I'm gonna call the blues scene out on this one. They don't like to embrace the fruits. They love to claim the fruits, but they don't never want to
Hello. But
embrace it.
would you say that? Would you say
So
that? Because even with what I've been doing with this setup, and at first it started out just me wanting to talk to folks in the blues scene. But the more I started talking and hearing the stories, there was so much overlay in terms of the politics in Chicago, the redlining in Chicago, the education system. So I started interviewing so many other people, but when you get down to the gist of it, that's still our blues.
right, right, it is, and it's when I think about like even hip hop, when I think about and I joke about this a lot with my partner too, but like when we talk about, I always talk about Nas being a blues man, and
Hmm.
you
Yes,
know,
he is. Yes, he
it's
is.
like that's our blues. That was the blues. It has evolved and has
Yeah.
evolved in different formats and what. However, I know old heads who don't want to, they want to claim that we the root of
Hmm.
all the, but
Yes.
then when it comes to, oh, I don't listen to this and I don't listen to that. Well, now you're shutting out all this good music. You're shutting out all
Yep.
this good artistry, and you're shutting out these stories, just like we've been shut out. You're doing the same thing.
Same thing.
Can't do that. And I feel like as a personally, I think if we're the root, we need to act like the root and we need to embrace our fruits and we need to be present and we need to open that doors for them to come back in with us. So I'm all about collaboration. I'm
Yes,
about let's
indeed.
connect the dots. And I
Yes,
think you
indeed.
do that. Because look, I mean, and this is something I want to talk to you. Well, we're gonna talk about this on my
We're gonna
show,
talk
but
about
like
this.
as music and people get older and things evolve, like what's out there, what's next, like the blues, this hip-hop generation, like we getting old, like they getting older, okay. Like
Yes,
the
indeed.
blues, we need the blues, and now and more than ever in this day and age with everything going on in the world, you
Hmm.
can't tell me the blues ain't relevant.
Hello. They very much relevant, live and kicking in living color.
Okay. So I think there's a space for the blues, and I think now more than ever, I think people who are getting hip to their history and their culture and really looking at, oh wow, so somebody else, before there were, the Nicki Minaj's and the Cardi B's, you had the Denise LaSalle's and the Ruth
Hello.
Browns, and you had, it's we nothing's new under the sun.
Nothing.
And so when you start to learn your history, then you go, oh wow, this
Hmm.
has been going on. So I want to connect the dots and I want people to be included in the blues scene. I'm trying to make a more inclusive blues industry. That's
Yes.
what I'm trying to do. So we can get
So
new audiences and fans.
so with your new radio station, so tell me more about it. So it's gonna be aired weekly, every weekend. Give me
So
the
my show will
times
be every
and all that.
Sunday.
Okay.
My show is every Sunday, Blues and News with Brother Jacob. That's every Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
Central Time, Chicago time. Now that's just my show though. I've got some other folks that are getting ready to do some shows too, and those may be weekly and monthly. And so like it's this is not going to be just radio. Like this is because part of the thing, radio, and this is something I don't think our radio folks want to admit. See, Angela, you got me at a good time. I'm gonna drop our whole filter and tell you everything. The radio is, it's traditional media, but
Yes.
people don't listen to radio like that. I mean, and older
Hmm.
people do, but younger people do not. And so I have to be creative on how we are with the platform,
Yes.
meaning this is, I want there to be a blog on there that's covering stories and on people and things going on, but then also too um with the blog and with like the show format, like I want there to be podcasts. So like
Hmm.
yes, you can listen to it live, but you can also listen to a podcast too. Like there
Right.
needs to be a diversity of content that's on here, and
Hmm.
that way it can meet people in terms of what, if they want to listen to something on demand. I want them to be able to do that. And so my focus is on how do we create this platform where it's, we got radio and we got a DJ that's gonna play music. It's not just automated, but somebody curated a playlist and put some time and effort into it. That's what I want. I don't want
Yes.
just to play random songs 24 hours a day. I just think that's not, what's the point of that? So if we're intentional with what we do, I want people to have a reason to tune in or listen to podcasts whenever. So I'm
Okay.
trying to go in the 21st century, and I'm looking at it, from I guess another perspective of, I guess, a new millennial perspective of just
That's true. That's true.
here's how we can take the blues into the next, century, next generation, so to speak.
Okay. All right. So I know you can't tell me all the people you're gonna be talking to and interviewing and everything, but what you got coming up for us?
Well, you know what? My first story we're going to do on Young Rail. I'm going to interview Young Rail. We're going to do a story on him. I'm going to do a future story on our blog too. We're going to feature the future of the blues. Okay. And if anybody wants to know the
Love
future of
it.
the blues, look up Harrell Davenport, Young Rail. That's the
Okay.
future of the blues right there. So
Okay.
that's the first one. So look for that one, because that he's coming to Chicago at Rose's in September. Oh, I can't wait. So it'll be good. I think it'll be real good.
And that's the young man from Mississippi, correct?
Right. He's 18 years old. And
When
he
I
played
first
like
heard him,
he
he
80.
played like he 80. He play he played like he been around this world several times.
Yep. Yeah.
But I love
He
it. I
knows his
love
work.
it. He
He knows
does.
his stuff. He is a like that is the future of the blues right there. Like
Yes.
Young Real. I'm looking forward to interviewing him and working with him. I would hope to work with him one day, do a song with him,
Right.
because
Hello.
that he is that's a bad man
He
on that guitar.
is. And he's what's the word I'm looking for? He so has manners. Oh Lord. I
Yep.
was like, Lord,
Very
let the
respectful.
I miss that under young people. We over here
Very.
sounded old. We over But he is so very respectful. Oh my God, when I first talked to him, he was amazing. I was just blown away at his talent. But when he talked and we talked about school stuff because he was looking into school and preparing for, but he was so respectful. Oh my God, it was just an amazing thing. Yeah.
Yes.
So I can't
Yes.
wait to hear this one. I can't wait to hear this story.
Well, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna get him on the radio, and then he will be our first blog feature artist that we
Okay.
feature. We're gonna do that because I like Young Real. He's wow. I mean, he reminds me of me in some ways in terms of just being at that age and being so passionate
Yeah.
about the blues. So like whatever we could do to push him and support him, I want to do
Yes.
that.
Indeed.
So
Indeed. Because like you said, he is the future of blues.
that's right. That's
Yes.
right. So we got that going, and then I gotta get Dr. Angela Mosley on the program too. So
Yes, you
that
do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because we gonna carry it over to the other side for the hip hop folks and show them the
hello, okay,
connection of it and show them the connection of it all.
thank you. Hello, we need to listen. If BET can't get it together, we'll get it
You
together
know
then.
what? Let's not even. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Oh, Lord.
I,
BET has fallen so far from grace.
and you see, I'm sure you heard about they canceled the Soul Train Awards or
Yes.
they ended them and all
Yes.
that. know what though? And then, but see, that nobody wants to talk about why did BT, why did they ignore the blues for so long? But that's okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. That's what happened when you leave the
Another
root out.
time, another place. Another time, another place. Not here because we'll be here all night long, sir. But we We gonna keep it short and everything, but okay, give me the information again. Your radio station airs Sunday, time and station.
So see, here's where you're gonna go to bluesculturenetwork.com. That's the
Okay.
website. And the radio show is live every Sunday from 6 to 8. Might be 6 to 9. We might extend it, but we'll see. But 6 to 8
We
p.m.
might
Central
have
Time.
to.
We made listen. I went overtime last time. I said, well, you can do what you want to on your own station. So that's what we did. But hey, 6 to 8, and we have a good time. I mean, it's like it's like listening. You're listening to a blues party right in your living room, and then we just
Yes.
have a good time and we laugh and enjoy good music and have good interviews and people calling in. So 6 to 8 every Sunday on the Blues Culture Network. That's where
Okay.
you can listen to us and you can download the Live 365 app and
Okay.
listen to the Blues Network for free through the
Okay.
app if you want to do it on your mobile
Nice.
device.
Nice.
Oh,
And it's funny because when listening to the station, even though I wasn't back during that time, but it put me in the mindset of, the elders used to talk about the quarter parties and the yeah, it put me in that
uh,
mind. I was like, this man, seriously, it took me back seriously because I remember when we were coming up in elementary school and high school, they had the sock hops at the one of the elementary school I went to.
oh,
And I was
yes.
like, oh my God, it brought back so many memories. It brought back so many memories. So I
Well,
love it.
good.
I love it.
Well, thank you, thank you. Well, we'll see. It's back up and running. I was like, I got to get this show back up on the air, and so it feels good to be back doing radio again, and I'm just looking forward to the future and of the future of building a blues media platform. So
Yes,
I
yes.
ask everybody to support, tune in, share, post, like something, do whatever you can to support. We sure appreciate it. But
Yes,
I mean,
indeed.
the blues is all, look, it's on
The
like Donkey
blues is
Kong.
all right with me.
That's right. Hello, okay.
Big brother Jacob, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank
And
you. And
and I look
likewise,
forward to seeing this Sunday, hearing the show and seeing who you got coming up this time. But it's been a pleasure seeing you again.
likewise, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yes, tune in on Sunday. I'll see you then.
Okay. Say no. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
I spend my whole life longing for true love to knock at my door. But every time I let a stranger in, the chill wind rock me to the core.